Post-2015, after we have gone through all the phases of making sure we would have met the various conditions of the Millennium Development Goals, what would we be doing as a country and the developing world if we have not been able to meet all those goals? And so how do we make sure we keep track, we reduce those infant mortality rates, under 5 mortality, as well as provide enough water, improve sanitation in our cities and in our communities, and the various line items in the Millennium Development Goals. We'll be having Mr. Kojo Sedega, who is an economic policy expert with the UNDP office here in Accra. We'll be discussing all that next. But before we do that though, if you're an entrepreneur, you have an enterprise, you have a firm, you have a company, or you're a business owner, what does it mean to you if you say a mission statement? Or some people even dream to have a certain vision. Well, which one is more encompassing? Is it that there is an incorporation of a mission statement in a vision statement? And what do they all mean at all? We have in the studio Wilson Senya. He's also a man of God. Pastor Wilson Senya is an entrepreneur. He is the president and founder of the African Entrepreneurship Academy, and he's here to talk to us about mission. And if you're a company, a mission statement, what does it mean? What does it mean if a company wants to spell out its mission statement?
It's a basic statement of purpose. Actually, there are two concepts that have been confused over the years, mission statement and vision statement. And those are the two concepts that underline the direction and the dream of the entrepreneur or the leader of the organizations. So we need to define them clearly, and then we'll know the direction and the purpose of the organization. So clearly, every entrepreneur or business person needs to clearly have a mission statement. And that is what spells out the purpose or the statement of intent of the organization. And that is the basic thing. So why am I establishing this business? Why am I going to this enterprise? And that is where, whether you are an individual, and I think that's where we need to take it from. From a personal level, everyone needs to have a mission statement. Why are you alive? Because that is the question mission statements answer. The why of existence of a person, an organization, or a company.
How do you go about thinking about it and putting it down? Not necessarily on paper, but couching it.
Basic. That's why I say it's a question you need to answer. Why am I establishing this business? The why of the business and what we are about to do it and how we will do it. So you need to answer 3 basic questions in trying to coin the mission statement. What are we supposed to do? How are we going to do it? And why are we going to do this? So in coining out the mission statement, you should answer these basic things. What, why, and how of the organization. So if you are able to spell out the answers to these questions, then you are on your way to be able to define a mission statement.
How do firms do it? Is it that they take consultants to do it, or they just sit around the table and brainstorm and think about it? Or somebody wants to start a business, wants to establish what the mission statement of a business will be?
From my experience as an entrepreneur, I always tell a lot of entrepreneurs that in coining out your mission statement, there is no rush in doing it, because that is going to spell out the purpose of the organization. So, and clearly every entrepreneur, every successful entrepreneur will tell you that from the beginning, many of us don't even know what we are really up to. It takes time as you begin to practice what you really want to do, and then the real vision or the real purpose of what you really want to do begins to shape up as you go on. So I tell a lot of entrepreneurs, they have dreams, they have passions, they want to start things, and I tell them, start. Now, when you start, you begin to see where your strength really lies. So after a period, I personally believe that in coining out the mission statement, it is the work of the leadership of the organization. A consultant can do it for you, but it is your business, it is your dream. They can help you, but they need to do it with you. so that it shapes out clearly. Otherwise, you only be running someone's idea. But mission statement is spelling out your idea, what you really want to achieve. And that thing you want to achieve is not supposed to come from any other person. It's supposed to come from you. So the only help a consultant can give you is to help really shape it for you. But you can give out the general concept. This is what I really want to do. It's what I really want to achieve. However, you can then get consultants to really help you define it clearly and shape it out so that it can be more inspiring. It can give better direction to your stakeholders in running the organization.
Marketing expert, Professor Philip Kotler, in his book, Marketing Management, the current 15th edition, states us clearly that many companies get it wrong because perhaps they don't know where they want their dreams to start or to even to where they want it to end.
It's true. That's why I said that there are two statements that every organization should have: a mission statement and a vision statement. Now, the two of them are not the same.
They are not.
They are not the same. Now, a mission statement, as I said earlier, is the statement of purpose or intent. Why are we? And the vision is the future state. What you see with what you really want to do in the future. So vision talks more about the future, but mission talks about who I am, who we are. So that is where a lot of organizations get it wrong in defining it. If you can state who we are, our purpose, and then move from that level and look into how do I see this organization?
What the dream is.
The dream is. So in pointing out a vision statement, now this is what I define it to be. You see the word vision as V-I-S-I-O-N. Now I take the V-I off and I take the S-I-O-N off. Now the V-I represent view and the S-I-O-N represent mission. So vision is your view into your mission. How do you see? What is the future of the purpose for which I'm setting up this organization? So in pointing out a mission statement, what we usually start with is we are, to provide, to offer. By coining a vision statement, what we usually state is to become. I hope you get it. So it is more about the future. We want to become the leading. We want to become a world class. But a mission statement is who we are. We are a world class. We are a leading organization in providing this service.
How does it help in shaping perhaps management positions, management values, and corporate values?
Okay. Now, these two concepts help in three major things in every organization. One is in strategic planning. Two is in brand development. Three is in corporate leadership. So every organization needs these three things to be able to grow very well. So having a clear, defined, properly defined mission statement and vision statement, gives you a clear state of where you really have to go. Priority. It sets the priority for you. It builds unity of purpose for every organization and gives direction to your stakeholders. With stakeholders, I'm talking about your management, employees, and even your clients. They need to know where this organization is really going. Your employees, day to day, need to know why they are working. What is the future of this organization? Where will this organization take me? And what my work input will lead this organization to.
And how do companies make sure after they've stated this, coined this, they work towards it?
Number one, let me go a little bit to scripture. Scripture said that write the vision and make it plain.
It means that a company,
yes.
You use scripture to...
No, I'm not talking when you have a company, you use scripture. I'm just using that basis that, number one, what you need to do is that when you coin out a vision, you write it down. You don't put it in your cupboard. You don't put it under your pillow. you need to make it plain. Now, some managers write their vision statements and then hide it from their employees. But a good mission and vision statement needs to be made clear. Now, that is why when you enter a lot of successful corporate organizations, the mission statement and vision statements are framed and put in at a reception where everybody has access to it. So when you are coining out, especially the mission statement, it should be very short, that the stakeholders, your employees, can easily recollect and memorize and eloquently spell out when requested. Now, what it does to them is that it gives them direction. Every day when you enter the office, you know this is where this business is going. This is where this business is going. So everybody is in line, is in tune with one purpose, one agenda. This is where we want to go. This is who we are. And number two, this is where the vision of the organization is.
How do they make sure that the employees are really in tune with what the mission or vision of the organization is? In effect, how do managers make sure that employees live the dream?
Okay, number one, what we need to recognize that the vision statement needs to have a quantitative and qualitative values in it. So when I say qualitative, it means that there should be standards of what we want to achieve as an organization. Number two, there should be a period, a date, a deadline, that within this period, this is where we want to go. So annually or every year, at the end of that period, management, every organization now is doing what we call performance management. And what you do is to get the employees and assess them. Have you been able to achieve this? Have you been able to do this? So in line with the stated vision of the organization, management must perform what we call the performance management practice and ensure that employees are assessed, their performance is assessed, challenges are given to them, they perform, or those who are not performed are coached, motivated, and inspired to be able to reach where the vision is supposed to go to. Yeah.
Okay, so now the next step is the managers are making sure that people live the dream. Now, how will the mission be achieved?
By everybody working in tune with what the organization wants to do. Okay, so we set up this multimedia organization. Now the vision is to achieve a stated aim. Now everyone working in this office, when you enter here, everyone should be able to read and know that this is why I'm here this morning. When I come to office at 8 a.m., this is my agenda. So management should be able to supervise, should be able to coach in line with the mission. That's why I said that what these two concepts or tools do for every organization is that they give us direction. They direct the organization so that we don't go outside our core mandate, our core mission of existence. So management must strictly adhere to its own stated mission statement. Now, mission statements cannot be changed. I think that's what must be made clear. Unless management is trying to change its purpose of existence. So if management decides that, okay, I think we have achieved this purpose, can we move into another business? The mission statements can be changed. But visions can be changed over the period because it has deadlines that must be met. And when those deadlines are met, they say, okay, now can we have, our target was to be a leader in Ghana. Now we finished Ghana. The next level is that we want to be a leader in Africa. So after leading Africa in that sphere of business, maybe in 5-10 years, after that 10 years, management needs to sit down and coin out another vision that now let's go global. I think we can take on the whole world now.
What best practices do organizations need to adopt to make sure they build enough capacity to achieve the vision
and
make sure they also meet the mission of the organization?
I think the best practice in today's corporate world is performance management, which we are trying to practice, but it's a little difficult because what it comes with, the challenges that we may have is the balance of remuneration of employees and then performance. So that is where we need to look clearly at. And one serious element we are missing, and I've seen a lot of organizations not do, is coaching, where leaders of every organization needs to know that when somebody is not performing, you need to coach the person to be able to meet the target, not necessarily sack or demote or let the person go and say, I gave you this task, you've not been able to meet my target, so you are gone. No. I think we also need to know that everybody can be inspired when they have the necessary qualifications. Yeah, they can be inspired, they can be coached to be able to meet targets. And I think that is one of the things we are failing to do as a country and as a people. That is why we are not getting people to take over leadership positions. And leadership is a big challenge here, because people that have knowledge, people that have skills, that have experience, are not willing, they are not ready, or they are refusing to coach other people to take over from them. So that is a major challenge. If we can have CEOs, I think a few days ago I read on a website about the CEO of Multimedia talking to entrepreneurs. Now, that is great. If we can have CEOs inspiring, coaching more people, even in an organization where they have a mission and vision statement, can we have the CEO, can we have team leaders, can we have leaders of various departments coaching people to take over from them or performing to meet targets of the vision? I think that is one of the major things we are missing, and that is one of the best practices that if we try to practice in our side of the world, we see businesses growing and growing faster.
Last comment before we go. Your best advice to...
My best advice to every entrepreneur, and they are the people I train a lot, my best advice to them is that relax, take your time in coining out the mission, take your time in coining out the vision, because you cannot necessarily be changing your mission statements every day or every time. So relax. Make sure you have a clearly defined mission statement. And when you define that mission statement, make it plain. Let everyone that works with you, that deals with you, that you will deal with, know that this is where you are going as an enterprise, this is where you are going as an entrepreneur. And then you can get people who want to assist you because they know where you are going. It's clear, it's plain, and it is well defined.
Well, thank you very much. Wilson Sanya is the founder and president of the African Entrepreneurship Academy. And how do you do your training? You have intermittent courses or training sessions?
Yeah, we run short-term training courses for entrepreneurs across the country at virtually free. We do it for various levels of entrepreneurs. Everyone, it's not an academic institution.
Okay.
What we do is to just train entrepreneurs to be able to meet today's challenges in the business world.
Okay, thank you very much. We hope to have you again sometime in the studio for you to give us a lot more of your thoughtful experiences and to share with entrepreneurs how they can better develop their businesses. And thank you very much, Wilson. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're having those discussions with Kojo Sedegan with the UNDP office here in Ghana. We're talking post-2015 MDG, what do we need to do as a country and the developing world. Do stay on. You're still watching the show, The AM Show. It's live on Joy News on Multi TV.